Let's go.
I wish you would have said on time. We on time tonight, y'all.
Yes, we is.
Yeah, man. Yes, we is. Okay. Episode 121. Oh man, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. What it feels like.
Welcome to the Porch Podcast. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. It's your boy, DJ E, Mr. Influential, and I'm rocking with my brother, Man.
Be original, baby.
Yeah. And this is episode 121, and we calling this one Peaking.
Yeah. You talking about peaking too. It's a lot of ways to look at peaking, man. Sometimes, you don't be peaking, man. Mind your business. And then there's other times, you might have, like E, is the engineer, is the executive producer. He's all of these things.
Right.
And he
Yeah, I
checks,
got to
makes
get the
sure
shit
before
right.
the show starts that there's no peaking. So it took me a little time to learn this terminology, but that's what we're going to be talking about, peaking in general, just across the board, man.
Right.
So welcome to episode 121.
Welcome to episode 121. Love you too, Unc. Love you too, Uncle Steve.
Love you, Unc.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So here we are, man. AE, man. Got to get right into it as always, man. How's your week going? Matter of fact, not only that, but how's your weekend? How was your weekend as well?
Weekend was good. I was at work. Then I had a gig. Shout out to my boy Hood Chef. He is no longer everybody. He's still the Hood Chef. He said he'd respond to it, but he feels like he's getting older. He's now just Chef Val Williams. Let's clap it up for that.
Oh, okay.
That's what he said. He made that announcement at the brunch. We had a successful event over the weekend. We did a karaoke brunch. Shout out to my brother Big J, DJ Big J. He was in the building with me rocking.
Absolutely.
He was going back and forth playing blends and all that type of stuff. That's what we do.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, the weekend was good. You know what I mean? And so far my week is good. But how was yours? Tell me about yours. That's what I want you to do.
Weekend was great, man. Had a couple shows. Both of my daughters had shows this weekend. Saturday, the youngest had Capelia, which was awesome. You know what I mean? Great show. And then on Sunday, actually was privileged to be a part of a beautiful occasion, man. It was a wedding. Took place between, Lil Bruh and Lil Sis, man. You know what I mean? Which was awesome. So shout out to Dave and T, man, on, tying the knot. Beautiful ceremony, man. It was my first time at that spot called The Mansion.
Right.
And, beautiful situation, man. It was nice just to come together,
right.
For a positive thing, if anybody seen my story, you know what I mean? It was like a Greek wedding, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Definitely Alphas was in full control, you know what I'm saying? The Alphas was there. There was some Sigmas there, with some Deltas there.
All my divine, a lot of Divine Nine in the building is what you were saying. A lot of Divine
absolutely.
Nine.
It was a lot of that. A lot of Greek love in there. But I had a great time, man. It was awesome, man, just to have a good time with the family. So shout out to them. And then, like I said, man, the week's getting started. Everything's rolling, obviously, with the sports world, and I've been catching up on some little playoff basketball.
It's been looking good. What's the Sixers series? I ain't been keeping.
Oh, brother, we swept them 4-0. We waiting to find out who's going to play.
Philly. You know what's funny?
Absolutely.
Shout out to my brother DK. Shout out to him. Forever supported. You know what I mean? My man, my ace. You know how it is. Y'all know.
My brother.
He said to me the other day, he was like, bro, you know what? Never really realized you don't really have a basketball team. I said, nah, I don't, man. And I said I would never probably have one no more because a lot of this league has been more ran by the players, which I don't see nothing wrong with it. They're actually taking their careers into their own hands. You know what I mean? If they don't like a team, they know how to negotiate better to be able to get away and get out, do different things that they're doing.
Right.
When you look at the old game, right? People say they spent their whole career on that team. You right. You know, the two that always comes up is Mike and Kobe. You know, that's great company to come up with. You know, but what about your players that's gonna be like Damian Lillard? You know what I mean? Who really we don't really never see Portland winning the championship no time soon.
Yeah,
Right? So
yeah.
what I'm saying is he's not wrong for staying there. But if he decide to say, listen, I got money and I did accolades here and I want to go play with somebody that I got a shot. Does that make him a sellout? Now I understand when people say what they said about KD. Not a sellout, but because what KD did, KD left the team that put him out the year before.
Okay.
And they was up 3-1 on them the year before. Right. You should feel like, I want to get them back. He said, oh, nah, I'm about to go rock with them, man, and win too. That's why people make that what they make about KD. You know
That's true. I mean, each his own, man. When I think about a situation dealing with loyalty and all that kind of stuff, you know, as far as the sports world,
right,
it's part of the entertainment world,
right.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know, at some point or another, people are gonna make business decisions about, you know, whatever they're pursuing, whether it's a money move, whether it's a championship move. You say what you want to say, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know, it's all for entertainment, man. So.
And you know what's crazy, because I brung that up after you brung up playoff basketball, but it all ties in. You know, it comes to our title today, once again, is peaking, like we're saying. And what we're talking about is how you reach the peak. The top of the game is somewhere in some cases. So at times you have players in the leagues in all these sports that get to a certain part. And if they're ready to make a move to make sure things go right for their career or what they want to do or what they want to be known for, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
They make the moves that they do, you know, before they feel like they reach their peak. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it's certain players, like, for example, in the NFL, I always say, if Russell Wilson hands off the ball instead of throw the ball, right? Tom Brady would have only 6 Super Bowls, and he would have back-to-back Super Bowls. And Russell Wilson would have been the first black quarterback, I think, ever to go back-to-back.
So you almost guaranteeing beast mode is scoring.
Right. That's how I feel. That's how I really feel. You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
That's my theory. That's my theory, and that's my thought. But what does that actually do for us too? That puts him in a different conversation as a quarterback.
Yeah.
One play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah.
Yes. So
when I think about peaking, right? Like, I think about it from the perspective of, you know, top performance, right? You know, highest elevation of the game, or if we're talking about sports. But I also think about it across the board, right? And in any facet dealing with entertainment. So I hope everybody is, you know, who watches Snowfall has you know, caught up and watched it in its entirety. But if you have not, the finale has already taken place. And, you know, me and E had a conversation, man. We're ranking it up there pretty high in our how can I say, value of how it all came to a conclusion.
Right.
Yo, man, to me, they took that thing to the peak.
Right.
And they rolled off into the sunset the right way, man. I know people feel a little bit different, a little mixed reviews, man. You know, some people was cool with how the situation ended. Some people felt like, wasn't cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
Me personally, I think that it was great. And then the little things that they did for John Singleton, the little things that they, you know, it was some things, man, that took place that really, for me, did it for me. Like, yo, they did that right. You know, what was your thoughts, E? What was your feelings on it?
First of all, I want to shout out everybody that's tuned in. If you could do us a favor, make sure you guys share this live, you know what I mean, get more people to watch. And if you're there, just say hello. Leave a comment. You know what I mean? Let us know that you watch and tell us hello. We love to shout you out. But to answer your question, bruh, I think it was amazing. I think it was amazing. I really do. I really believe that the writers was able to continuously, you know, go with the legacy, losing John Singleton, you know, in the middle of this series. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, he lost him in the middle of the series, but the writers still brought it together. You know what I mean? And did great. So I want to clap it up for them first. You know. But as far as the message of the show, you know, we all know of Franklin. We all
I
know
agree.
Franklin, man. Anybody like
Yeah,
they said that
yeah,
came up in the inner cities, we know they all know Franklin. You see the dude walking around drinking, or he might be getting high in a different type of way. He's just not the same. You always hear somebody say, "Man, he used to get money back in the day."
yep,
You know what I mean?
yep, yep,
So
yep.
yeah,
Dime, what's going on, Dime? Good to see you.
Dom, there
Yeah,
you go,
welcome back.
Dom.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Dom. You are here. We're glad you are here. Like always, clap it up for Dom.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. Franklin reached his highest point 1,000 times, and
Right,
so did the writer. I
right.
totally agree. Yeah,
Yep.
it's unfortunately it's a cycle, that and it's vicious. And like he said, it's a lot of us that have bear witness to the same cycle. Whether we were a part of it or we just saw it, or just heard about it from someone else who was very close to the situation. These writers, man, these writers in these series, what I'm realizing more than anything else is that even though they know that they need to make it a little theatrical,
Right,
they're getting so close
right.
without really like totally incriminating people. It's almost like, okay, I
They,
really got to research this person to see whether or not this is, what part is, fact and fiction.
yeah,
But I just want to give a lot of credit to them, man, because, bruh, personally, these series, they're doing a bang up job. Like, and we
man.
talked
They,
about this too. E,
yeah,
like on an average,
right.
how many seasons do you think a season should really
A
go
series should
before it
go.
starts? Series, I'm sorry, a
Yeah,
series should go before it's like, all right, you kind of stretching the story. What do you think?
I think six. I think the most common episode. I mean, common thing a lot of time is six. I think six is good. I think 6 seasons of something is good. You know, however, it all depends. Me and you talked about this. What the show is about. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like when
Right.
me and you, like we had our opinion. We were speaking on Force, and we was talking about Tommy's show, and I like the show. I like what it's about, and they create another story. You got the brother, and he never knew about, and all that type shit. But my thing is, my thing,
I
what?
love how E break it down. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Nick.
But my
Yeah,
thing
it's got a
is,
lot going on. Yeah.
it's like when does it end? He can't keep selling drugs for that long and be that great. Yo, see, this is what people keep forgetting about power, right?
It's a universe.
Right? It's a universe, right? However, the game don't stop, but the players do change, right?
Right.
When
Right.
season 1, episode 1 started,
Right.
Tommy and Ghost was already at the top of their game.
Right. Right.
How
Right.
do
Right.
you
Right.
keep
Right.
remaining legendary, lead the
They was
league and
already
all?
at the peak, man. They was already
Right.
at the peak of their game, man.
It was already at the peak. So when does that story end? That's my thing. But
Yeah.
if you're using a show like Grey's Anatomy, I told you that,
Oh yeah.
and they
Oh
up
yeah.
to like
Oh yeah.
season 20 something, it's gonna always
Yeah.
be doctors and nurses coming in.
Yeah. Didn't they have a show called ER that went on a long time?
Yeah, and you can get that off, P.
Yeah, because it's emergency room still rolling.
You can
Right.
get that
Right.
off for
Yeah.
police,
Yeah.
police,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and and public safety shows. You can get that off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drug
Well, I
dealer
think
shows have to run out, man. Six
yeah,
seasons, man.
two reasons, man. Number one, man, you find out, like you said, what is the peak, right? So the peak, based on stereotype, just looking at these shows, is either you become the kingpin, which eventually either goes to jail or hell. He's either
Right,
going one of the two places.
right,
And so when they win and they over to ride off into the sunset, people say it's fake. Oh man, he ain't
right,
die. Like with
right,
Franklin.
Dana. New Amsterdam, right? How many seasons they got now? Let me know.
Okay, I thought that was a sponsorship. I was getting ready to say, we'll take them. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, what's going on, Dana? So now what I was getting ready to say was this though, like at the conclusion of Snowfall, you had people that was mad that he either didn't die or go to jail. And then
That's
you had the writers that said that was too much of an easy way out.
right.
No, he needs to see all of the destruction
Yeah,
that he had a major hand in. He needs to see it.
yeah. Even it basically tells you like even he didn't escape the problem.
Something different in here.
What
Sounds different.
what the situation is? Yeah, you got to stop rocking with the with those
Yeah.
Bluetoothers, man. You got to start using wires,
Nah,
man.
man, it sound like it sound like a little bit of a, like back in the day, the mosquito zappers, man, kind of rolling through the wire a little bit, man.
Oh, that's
So,
gotta be yeah. That's something on your side. I don't hear that at all.
okay, but now what
Yeah.
I was gonna say is that I
Powder
believe
setting, man.
personally Nah, ain't no powder. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
it's powder
saying?
sitting there.
Snowfall series was a great finale. Came to a great conclusion. Speaking of which, he actually said something the other day when he was clear, when he had a clear and sober mind. He
I
said,
do have a clear and sober mind now. What you mean?
"Don't defend it. If it's a normal thing, just go with what I'm saying, bro." Like, all right. So he asked me a question the other day, right? And I thought
Uh,
that it was a dope question, right? I'm gonna pose a question to you guys. Obviously, you can answer it in the comments. You know what I mean? Just whatever it is, just answering in the comments. You're gonna have to definitely. I'm gonna say it, right? I'm gonna say it, but there was a
yeah,
part that you put in there.
yeah,
The
coach it.
three
I
things.
got you.
All
I
right,
got
I
you.
need you to coach it. All right. So he asked me if it was three things, right, that I could have for myself, but it's for me. It's primarily for me. If I remember correctly, if somebody else is benefiting from it, secondhand or down the road or whatever the case may be like that, but it is primarily for you. What would those three things
And
be? And you can't answer, Goey.
and it's not like we don't need you to say health, wealth. We understand those things. Health,
Right,
wealth, um, love. We get that. We get
right.
those generic answers.
Yeah.
I'm talking about three things that are tangible that you can touch.
There you go.
I put it to
There
you
you go.
like that you would
Yeah.
want for yourself, just physically for yourself. And if y'all that's watching, I need y'all to put them down. If you don't mind sharing, put them down in the comments. But that's what we're saying. Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to pose that out so you guys can like the whole episode, man. Y'all got time, man. Shoot them joints out, man. Just put them in the comments. What those three things would be. Now I
Right.
posed that question to you guys, right? Because I asked, I did the same thing. I asked a couple friends of mine. I actually asked my wife.
Right.
And I'm be honest with you, it was not an easy matter of fact, when he asked me, it wasn't an easy question for me. I
Right.
answered, and then when he answered, I wanted to do over.
Yeah.
Because once I really kind of like was like, oh, okay, yeah, now that makes more sense when you really start to dig deep. The reason why I brung this up without dragging this situation through the mud, I want y'all to think about it as y'all answering the question, is that if it's that hard, I can just speak for myself. If it was that difficult for me to actually just roll those things right off,
Right.
how much further in my mind is it away from my reality?
Absolutely.
And because our thoughts become our actions and our things. What's up? What's up, Monty? What's
Yeah.
going on?
We knew he was gonna answer like that.
Absolutely. Because our thoughts become our realities. If I can't answer a question, this is what I said to E in the long run. If I can't answer a question like, what are the three things that I could have, right? If I could have them just for me,
Right.
how am I to even, remotely feel like I'm moving anywhere towards them? Like these tangible things, not just like E said, health, wealth, and all those, not generic, but, regular
Something you
things.
can touch and it's
But
mainly
something
for
that you can
you.
touch and get.
I don't care if it's a dirt bike, and I'm not being funny, man. Just something.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Exactly. So just kind of, what I mean, think about that, y'all. Answer that in the comment. You know what I mean? Three things, y'all. Three things. Once again, tangible. And we're not gonna go with that, what they say, like the lottery answers, health, wealth, and
Yeah.
peace
Health,
and love,
wealth.
and
You know what I mean?
and what I mean, an unlimited supply for each. So,
Yeah.
But anyway, so
Unlimited
that's
supply of what?
I
Toilet
didn't say
paper?
anything. I didn't say anything other than
Yeah, I like.
unlimited supply.
Yeah.
And even toilet paper is what color? That's what I'm saying. So it's just like, we got to stick with what's going what's going on. I want to do this real quick, man, before we get too far into the conversation, man, into the episode. I've just kind of seen this today.
Right.
I want to acknowledge, man, Harry Belafonte, who I had researched and read today, had passed away at the age of 96.
Yeah.
96 years old, man. I, from what I read, it was congestive heart failure.
He lived a long
Um,
time, though, man.
very long time, you know, so I just wanted to kind of take a moment just to, just acknowledge, what he did for the music world and the other areas of the world that he had an impact on. So, yep, Mr. Belafonte,
Yeah, and hits
90,
his classic
96.
record. Dale. Me say day, me say day, oh. Daylight coming, me want to go home.
Okay, so, cuz I see what you said. My bed, my tools, my home. Okay.
P, put the question in the comments.
Will do, will
That's
do,
what
will
Dom
do,
said.
will
You know what
do.
I mean?
Got you.
My bed, my
So,
tools, my home. You know what? Because them
mhm,
good things. Because they're all necessities. See, your bed, is a resource for great sleep. Without great sleep, you can't function. However, your tools is how you make your money to be able to pay for your home. And that's it's that simple when you really look at it. Those are three things, and that's how you kind of find out not just what's important in values, but what's important to you at that moment. Because that question will change as life goes on. It will
Yeah,
change as life goes on.
yeah, nah. I mean, I'm typing the question in there,
I
but
mean
I'm
that
gonna say
answer.
this.
That answer.
See, my thing is this, right? Now, for y'all don't know, all right, if you never heard of it, you got a situation is such thing that's inside of each and every last one of us, known as our RAS, right? Our RAS, RAS, our
Yeah.
reticular activating system,
Yeah. I
right?
laugh every time you we it's our ass. Our
Right.
ass, right? How you say our ass?
No, you say it like, but it's just RAS, just RAS.
Ras.
Say it
Oh,
like
so you're saying
rascal.
our ras.
No, you're saying RS. I'm
No,
saying
no,
RAS.
no. You're saying ras. Like
That's
we all
exactly what I'm
have our own ras.
right.
Yeah. And
You got it.
ass. But you
Just a little.
understand what I'm
That's
saying?
what you wanted. You wanted that so bad, man. You just wanted to get there. So your RAS, once again, guys, you know what I mean? Everybody is your reticular activating system. So I'll give you an
uh,
example, right? So I read about it, in a couple different books. But just to let you know what your RAS is basically a filter system for your
right.
mind. It
Right.
determines what you feel is important to you and what's unimportant to you. That's basically the function of what your RAS is, right?
Mm.
I know I hear it now too, as I said. So it's funny, like the RAS, once again, your reticular activating system. I'll give you an example. Say you wanted to go and buy a red Audi. You research this red Audi,
Yeah.
you online, you Google the information, the
Yeah.
engine, the insides, all the bells and
How
whistles and
you
everything that
spell it
you want.
again?
You know what I'm saying? RAS.
You should
And
just
in the
call it
middle of
Ras
it,
or
right?
something instead of your
Hey, E, man.
ass.
Hey, E, come
Because I'm
on, man.
telling you, it's funny. Everybody's laughing. Be your ass.
So, so basically, you want this red Audi. You research this red Audi. You look at all the bells and whistles, the ins, the outs, the engine specs, everything that you like about it, right? You
Right.
say, I got my price I want. I'm going to the dealership and I'm gonna test drive this red Audi. You go there, you find the vehicle, you love the vehicle, you buy the vehicle, right? Now we've all experienced this at some point or another. You get the car, you got the car for 2, 3 days, and you riding around. All of a sudden, what does it seem like you see a lot of on the road that you just really didn't see before? A lot of red Audis. You know what that is? That's your RAS working. That's that filter. That's
Right.
that situation working for you. So all of a sudden now, the thing that needed to be important to you, your mind is keeping it at the forefront of it, right? So if you control your RAS, now we
Real,
talking about
real,
peaking.
real quick before you don't lose that thought. Do you still hear that noise?
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I got a text saying they can hear it on the other side too. All right. All right. It's
Wow.
gone. It's
Okay.
gone though. It's gone. It's gone. All right. How long was it
Hey,
there for?
I don't really know. Came in and went away. Hey
Okay.
y'all, just leave it in the comments if it's going, whether or not
Yeah.
so he can know whether or not it's going on
Right.
y'all end.
Yeah.
Um, but basically, in a nutshell, all of a sudden now you start to notice that you see a ton of them.
Right.
And all of a sudden now you like, wow, I'm thinking that I'm getting this thing that really ain't a bunch of them, this, that, and the third, and now you see them everywhere. That's how your mind works, right? And the reason why I'm bringing the RAS up in this situation is because when that question comes about, what are the three tangible things that you can actually have for yourself that is to benefit you? If it benefits somebody else down the line, that's fine. What are those three things? The reason why I bring up RAS once again, y'all, is because if you don't understand how your reticular activating system works, then you have no idea how far away or how close you are to making those things a reality. And that's the scariest part about anything. It's not about just not being able to answer that question with the three things, right? But it's about how far in the rear view or deep in our minds is the things that we truly desire and the things that we really want.
Well, let me tell you this. If you want to have a party like next week and you don't know where to start, got a perfect company for you. Pete, let them see who that is.
Listen, whether it's your first or your 50th birthday, that 25 years of service, if not more, retirement party, or the day that you and the love of your life share vows to become one, let Front and Center Events take care of all of your event planning needs. Sit back, put your feet up, and enjoy the show, where they truly keep you at the front and center of it all. Make sure to check out their Facebook and Instagram pages at FNC Events. Head on over today and get that party booked. Back to the show.
F&C events. That's it. F&C events. So basically, what he's saying is, I'm saying is, we control our peaks, we control everything because we shape again our realities. So, like P saying, with those questions, it's simple. Some people put in the answer, touch the floor when I wake up. You know what I mean? Danny, you put touch the floor when I wake up, bed, and my daughter. We know that, and I understand that too. That's great. But when I was asking these questions, I was actually talking about things that may, it could be something as physical as a car, um, as some tools, as some things of that. Like Cuz said, the tools, everything. The bed. But I'm saying this because this is also where you find out your most your creativity at the time. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you're saying, if I had this certain drill right here, I build this shelf, this and this and that. Yeah, I'm just using that for an example. You build that shelf, you might be able to sell that shelf. You know what I mean? You got to see where your mental at is and guides where your heart is a lot of times too with things. But it's just like when people perform at shows. It's certain things
Mm-hmm.
that they need in the backstage. I need 37 strawberries, not 36. That's a little superstitious, right? I get it. But people be wanting a certain sip that they want, certain. I don't care if it's just ice water. You know what I used to want every time I had to perform, brother. What you need backstage?
I know
Check.
what you wanted. But I don't want you to say it.
No, I'm gonna tell you the truth. All I needed was a chair, man. I just wanted to be able to sit down and think for a few minutes because I knew I was gonna be standing up for some time. It's that simple. Give me a chair, man. And if I get to get a few minutes break, I need it for the chair to be sitting right here so I can sit my ass back down.
Absolutely. Nah, I'm just joking. I could definitely see that. I think that, we all have things that, whether we pay attention to it or not, you know what I mean, that make the job or make whatever we're doing, I don't know. I'm not going to say necessarily, easier, but it's just, it keeps you in rhythm. I just think life, like most things, works in rhythm. You know what I mean? And it's funny because another conversation that we was having, man, sometimes, man, like you said earlier, E, you know, you got people who respond, you got people who react, right?
Right.
And when you got people that respond and react, it's two different situations. If you respond to a situation, you kind of understand what you're going to do in that moment. You kind of prepare yourself for the possibility that it may take place. And when it happens, you can still perform like we're talking about at peak level, right? You can still maneuver and do that. When you
That's why
react, it,
Merlin's always the illest.
exactly. See, that's part of your DNA, and that's what I'm saying. But you know what I want to add to that, right?
Right.
Is how we speak about, what I mean, responding and reacting.
Right.
We got certain situations, man, where you've heard conversations, at least I have, where you're on the sideline. You're not a part of it. You be like, all right, so how much of this conversation is about fact and feeling?
Right.
Sometimes it's your feelings talking. It's really not facts. You know what I mean? And like you could tell a person exactly what's going on,
Right.
exactly what's going on, and they'll still turn around and because they're so emotionally invested into it, which is reacting versus responding to a situation. Like you using your example, E. Remember the example you said to me earlier? Somebody say something crazy out of the way to you. You have a decision to make.
Right.
You have a choice to make.
I would say it just like this. If somebody come up there and I'm gonna do the PG-13 to say F you, most people reaction is gonna be what?
Yeah, right back at you.
Yep. Yeah, F you too.
Right.
But if you turn around and respond, God bless you, have a good day, it messes up their whole head. They don't even understand what's going on. And the Bible tell you, when somebody curses you, you bless them.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So when you turn around and do that, you turn around, you do that, you respond that way.
Right.
That energy dies right there.
Right.
Now I am going to tell you this: somebody Will Smith, Chris Rock situation. You do not respond or react like like Chris Rock. You crack they whole shit.
Knew it was coming, y'all. I told y'all he got. Hey, Monty, I love it. I love it. Hands to work with, heart to love, and a
Yeah.
decent life. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Y'all know E has it's a timer. It's an eternal timer. Got about 6 minutes. He can stay one way, and then all of a sudden he. it
I'm
goes the other
just
way.
saying.
So he's
You
good for the next
you
5 minutes.
you
He's good.
crack you listen.
Yeah,
Gang,
yeah,
gang, gang. That's
yeah,
what you do.
yeah,
Shatter their jaw.
yeah. I mean, it's a lot. Once again, did he respond or did he react? Eh?
He actually
Mm,
responded. He actually
okay,
responded. He
okay,
responded. He didn't
okay.
react.
Now, who did he respond to?
Who did he respond to?
I think it was more than one response.
Oh, well, I'm talking about the initial response.
Okay,
He initial response. He responded to America by keeping his cool. You know what I mean? Um,
okay.
when he
I'm thinking something different, but go ahead.
when he responded later on the Netflix show, you know what I mean? He still was just responding because he had time to think about it. But what are you saying? I want to listen what you're
So
going with.
you talking about who we talking about Will, right?
Talking about Chris Rock.
All right, so you doing Chris Rock. So I'm gonna say that
Yeah,
he
yeah, because
definitely
his reaction to you now
right.
Will responded. He reacted to the joke.
So what I'm gonna say is that Will responded to Jada's facial expression, right? Because remember
Right.
when you go back and look at it, he was laughing first,
They both
you know,
was.
right? But then when you look at her, bro, that smile went away fast, and it was a slight
Mm-hmm.
little eye, like I wasn't really feeling that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Will looked and responded to the wife being in that state of mind at that point, and then I think he reacted. So he activated both of those things.
Did you ever see the camera from the other angle?
Nah, I
Jada
don't even know.
laughed. Jada laughed at the joke,
Yeah,
and then like for a good while was actually laughing, like body laughing,
yeah.
and then did that. They don't. They rarely showed it though from the back.
And
Somebody
that's
had it
why I
from the
say
back
he
view.
responded because that
Yeah,
look she gave was like, "Oh, you gonna word his bond? You gonna let him say that?" You know,
yeah.
this joint keeps saying to keep ending, but it's not ending. That's crazy. But you know what I mean? Will, what's going on? Welcome back, brother. Glad to see you for another episode. Glad you could be with us this
And
evening.
Will is absolutely correct. That wasn't for Chris. That was for everybody. You know,
Oh,
because Will always felt like they always played Will when it came to Jada. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. What's the name? Just had a thing. What's the name?
Yeah,
Lunell,
Lunell. I ain't see it
Lunell.
yet.
Yeah, yeah. She had a
Yeah,
little real, got a little
absolutely.
real.
Will he was weak.
Yeah,
Will
yeah,
was weak. Was weak
yeah.
for that. If
Oh
he
yeah, I'm Will. I'm right there with you. And
Yeah, because
honestly speaking,
if you really want to check his chin,
nah,
you gonna see him afterwards. Just
I don't know
talk
if
to
y'all
him
seen lately.
afterwards.
They asked T.K. Kirkland on Drink Champs.
Yeah,
You
nice.
know, yeah. If he would, if that would have been the case, and T.K. handled it so smooth, T.K. was like, y'all not gonna do this, man, because
Yeah,
he know not to do that,
yeah,
which was still like super gangster. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And T.K. 62 years old. He's like,
yeah,
he knows not to do that.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I agree. But I just was talking about the situation. The only reason I brought it up because me and E was having a conversation about responding and reacting. And I just think, like you said, even at the peak, because the peak is still the concept of the nice episode, Will was getting ready to accept an award that probably was at the peak of his career in terms of
Right.
what he had established. And, even with the situation, I see Chris Rock said, yeah, well, you know, I don't think it was either. You know what I'm saying? And I just think in that comedy world and in that space, there's some history allegedly there, bruh, that, they had already had a conversation with him before about, how they didn't appreciate kind of always being the butt of the jokes. I just think at the end of the day, you're a professional and you still got to be mindful on how you respond.
Right.
Sidebar conversation behind the scenes, off stage, whatever, it's a whole different thing, So I just think that, he could have handled it a lot better. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but honestly, like I said, man, Denzel made a statement about, what I mean, I guess when you at your best, the devil is pretty much busy. I can't quote him verbatim, but it was just like, the enemy and all this type of stuff. Those kind of things I understood where he was coming from
Right.
because he wanted to try to uplift him in a moment where he was really, really down, like he really was at his lowest low at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to understand, like anything else in life, when you
What
when you
Denzel
shoot,
said again?
it was something on the lines. I can't quote him verbatim right now. I had it at one point, but he was just speaking to the fact. Let me see if I still have it. No, I don't. But he said something on the line. I had to double check. on the lines of like, when you at your best, the enemy is like busy. It's
Mm-hmm.
always like a situation where you got to be careful. And that's not a quote verbatim, but I think he was just trying to encourage Will. You know what I mean? But honestly speaking, at the end of the day, bro, like, responding and reacting is not the same things. And, you just you gotta be smart, man. You know, especially when you're at your peak. When you're at your peak, man, you can do some things.
He said, at your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you. Now, the reason why I wanted you to say that again and really break it down is because something that we talked about earlier in the conversation. I always said that the opposite is always present.
Mm-hmm.
I broke that down. I said I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and I said the opposite is always present. So every time God's in the building, so is the devil.
Yeah,
That's why on the cartoons all the time you always see the angel sitting on one shoulder and the devil sitting on the other shoulder.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's why it's like that. I said because you have to make a choice and you have to make a decision. I also use for an example, bro. If I'm giving you a ride home, and I ain't never been to this house that you have now. You had a nice little mansion stashed away somewhere, and we
Right.
get to a dead end,
Mm-hmm.
and I ask you which way do I go, which means right or left,
Mm-hmm.
and you say, "Oh, bro, make this left." Now, left is the right way,
Right.
but the right was the opposite of the left.
Right.
You know what I mean? So whenever there's
Absolutely.
positive, there's always negative. You know, that's how a battery stays charged in the car. You know what I mean? Up, down, in, out, left, right. You know,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
that type of stuff.
Yeah. Forward, backward. You know
It's
what I
all
mean?
that.
Top,
Yeah,
yeah. Top.
yeah. It's
Yeah. I
all
see you too, Will. That's what's up. Love, respect your family. I got you, bruh.
exactly.
Definitely see
So
that. I love them three. That's good.
so um basically what I'm saying is if you get to the corner and you only can go one way, it's not a problem to you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're talking
Yeah.
about peaking.
Yep.
And you
Yep.
heard that Denzel even made the saying. I don't know Denzel Washington, but he made the statement when you're at your highest point.
Mm-hmm.
But that's when the devil comes at you.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Right. And you're
Yeah.
absolutely correct. Well, that's my whole point is balance.
It's about
And that's
balance.
how
Exactly.
the conversation that I was having. Somebody asked me, "How do I stay so balanced?" Because I understand that it's always present.
Yeah. Yeah.
The things are
Yeah.
always present.
Yeah, that's why you got to learn that thing we was talking about before. Even I was telling you earlier, like I don't know if it's meditation, whatever you guys do.
Hmm.
Like I would highly suggest that you guys find a way to get some kind of, some form of meditation or some kind of time period where you allow yourself to kind of get, for lack of terms, zen about yourself,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
Like me and E, I told you earlier, I mean, whatever that thing is when you start to decrease in stress, your creativity level increases. That's how life works. Like you're saying, left, right, up, down, forward, backward. That's the same way that life works in all the other things, right? And remember, I told you about your ass earlier. So your ass being in that situation, once you understand how your mind works, you can understand how to respond to things better, right? And if you can learn how to respond to things better, that means you can learn how to predict things better. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like you just got to work on finding something. I don't know what it is. I got a thing in the morning that I do. Quite sure the next person has theirs, but whatever it is, those things will help you reach that peak performance that's, inside of each and every last one of us.
Right.
But speaking about that too, man, I wanted to address this. We can just went past. Did you get a chance to check out? If you didn't see the fight, did you see the highlights of the fight? The Javante Davis, Tank and
Oh, I
Ryan
seen I
Garcia joint.
seen the fight ending body shot. Yeah, I seen that.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Hmm.
okay. All
He
right.
broke his rib, didn't he?
I don't know. I didn't see that, but
I don't
it
know
was
if he
so
did.
funny.
Somebody said it. I don't know if it was real. You know.
So here's my thing, right? I mean, we all are, we're all analysts, couch analysts when we're
Right.
watching these things. Everybody to mind, they ain't hurt. And I heard somebody say it ain't hurt. And I looked at them like that was amazing. You could feel through the TV.
Yeah.
Like I've
I
watched
mean.
all kind of movies where things have happened. And you could tell that it didn't hurt through the TV, and that was amazing.
Mhm.
Um, I heard some different things. I heard that he had an injury before the fight. I heard that he shouldn't have fought because he already knew that he had, something that was kind of bothering him.
Right.
I don't think people believe in a delayed effect. Like these guys are professional boxers. They know when they can continue, when they can't. So when you start talking about, oh, he a sucker, he quit this, that, and the third, I just think that's a person just, trying to apply their own basic logic, not their bodies, but their own concept of what they would do, hypothetically speaking.
Hmm.
So what I'm gonna say about it is that I guess he's 29-0 now. I don't know if he was 29-0 before, but I think he's 29-0 now. Will, Will, what is he now, bro? Is he 29-0 now, or was that before the fight? Let me know in the comment, bro. But what I did notice about it is that first and foremost, your hat got to go off to him, man. The guy is definitely a machine.
29-0.
29-0. Appreciate you. And he is a machine. I would say that he's probably. I'm not gonna say he's at the peak of his fight game. I think he's at a high level. I don't
Right.
know if it's his peak or not. If he can continue to go up, but you know, he's doing big things. And what I really, really reason why I brought it up besides the fight, I was telling you, after the fight was over, he was gifted a $250,000 chain by a company called, Gumbo, which is a cannabis
Gumbo. Herb.
Gumbo. It's just a cannabis company, right? So he's in partnership with them. And I told you, they created a strain together. I told you what the name of the strain is, right?
Ape shit. That's what it's called, right? That's what it's called. You said it's called ape shit.
And it's just funny, right? Because we talking about peak, right? And bruh, like honestly speaking, 2 years ago, we were in a different place with with the whole cannabis situation. I know we talking about a lot this episode, y'all, because it's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
But did you ever think that it would come a time when you would see that it was so openly discussed? Like, okay,
It's
Tank
not,
just
and
won a fight,
it
and
still
now he's in
hasn't.
partnership with Gumbo, the cannabis company.
It still hasn't peaked yet. Still hasn't peaked yet. Still
Okay.
hasn't peaked yet, and neither did Tank.
Okay, nah, he hasn't.
You just give somebody 250, they got to keep showing off, P.
That's the chain.
That's the chain 250.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
The question was, how much herb did they give him?
Right. No, I have no idea.
I'm going to start that conspiracy theory. He got that super weed to get him to. But that's why he broke his rib.
I agree with you, Will. I don't think he had to speak either.
He took that greenery. He took that greenery and cracked his shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Excuses. That was funny,
Right?
Yeah, I think a lot of that stuff. Look, man, I credit them guys. My hat goes off to them because boxing is, I got a few sports that I don't have an interest in. Like, it ain't got nothing to do with boxing. But I'm gonna pose this right, E. What are your two? I got two. I got two sports that I always knew that I would never play. Just coming up, right?
Hockey. I knew I wasn't playing hockey. Right. Man, somebody pushed me while I'm on some skates. Yeah. And the skates is sharp.
And I'm going soccer. I knew I wasn't.
Yeah, I don't want to get. I don't want to. I play tennis. I've played tennis. Yeah, I don't mind playing tennis.
Nah. I ain't got
hockey and soccer. I don't feel like them chin guards is strong enough.
Yeah.
Plus, I got hit in the face with a hockey stick in gym in 6th grade. Man, that shit ain't feel good.
Yeah. I got certain things. I just look at it right, like, oh, and talking about, oh man, nah, bro. Did you see? I can't think of the guy's name, man. I got to do the research on it. The soccer guy, young guy, man, just got a divorce,
and he had everything in his mom's name.
In his mom's name, yo. Whoa.
Legendary. He's legendary. Whoa. He's legendary.
Whoa. So somebody said, what if mom dirtbag him and just be like, nah, I'm holding on to it.
She be still protecting him.
Yeah.
She's gonna still protect him because he gonna go get another woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's legendary.
Yeah.
Legendary.
So you think that was a power move? That was a smart move.
P. Only niggas not putting stuff in their mom name like that. They ain't got that. They don't got it. The ones that say he was stupid don't got his kind of bread, P.
Oh yeah. Nah.
They don't got his kind of bread. But you know why, P?
Why?
He's legendary.
Somebody told him that though, man. I ain't trying to play him out like what's going on.
His accountant told him.
You think that?
What?
Man,
listen. If that's your accountant and not her accountant, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
and then things go happen. Now you're not the same amount of money amount of money client that you were before. So I want
Right.
you to always be my client this way.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. And you know, when they young, you probably said, "Look, young bro, like you rich. I can't really tell you what to do with your money. And you gonna go out there, man. You gonna live your life.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to go ahead and put this in your mama name, though, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
He's flipped over real quick. You know, put this in your
Mm-hmm.
mama name, man.
So
Yeah, because you ain't ready. 24
since
million.
since we
Ooh, wow.
posted that question right there, I mean that situation right there, we're going to lead this. We're going to do something different. Listen. We're going to head on over to Would You Rather. P, you ready? Let's
I'm
go.
ready, bro.
And welcome to another episode of Would You Rather, where you hear nothing but legendary questions. Tonight we're going to do it a different way. We're going to do it the other way. We're going to ask P original questions tonight. So I hope you guys are ready. Sit back, relax, because the show is going in a different direction.
Hey, Dom, here we go. Here we go.
Dom, this for you, Dom. You asked for it. Question 1, P.
Okay.
Would you rather be in jail for 5 years
Yeah.
or be in a coma for a decade?
Nah. I got to go to jail, man.
Okay.
I don't Hey,
You gonna go to
man.
jail like Sean?
All right. So answering in a true E
Sing.
fashion, I ain't gonna go. I'm not doing neither one of them. Nah.
Yeah.
If I got to do one, bruh, listen, E. Could you imagine? Yeah. All jokes aside, you was up today. It's whatever the day's date in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say you your age. You wake up, E, and you almost 52 years old. I mean, some people may enjoy that. They may say, in theory,
That was the best
I'm
sleep
almost.
they ever had in their life.
They wouldn't say that. E.
Yeah, that's what they probably would.
They might be like, they might be like, you know, I'm about to retire. They be like, E, you was asleep for 10 years. They retired you already, bro. Like
Yeah, they
9
been
years ago. So I'm gonna go with I would have had to do the hard time, man. Pause. But I would have to go to jail.
You gotta pause, brother. I know it's all makes mistake.
You know what I mean? But that's what I'm gonna say, man. I had to do the 5 years, man.
Okay, would you be forced to sing along or dance to every single song you hear?
Now I'm gonna sing along.
Sing along.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I ain't got no problem with dancing, but
So do you ever be inside, the supermarket walking down the street and be like, I saw you and him walking in the rain.
well, I ain't never been in the supermarket walking down the street.
And we holding hands. I'm just saying, if you heard it either way, I'm just saying either you was in the supermarket or walking down the street.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That song,
To
though.
answer that question. If that's the song playing, are you saying if there's no songs on at all and I just start singing that?
Nah, you just said that's the song
You
playing.
just said sing along. Yeah. Because I just go ahead and sing it. Because 9 times out of 10, bruh, the way I'm going to get into it, somebody else going to know the song and start singing with me. You know what I mean?
So I got a different type of question for you here.
Right.
Okay. Would you rather be royalty 1,000 years ago or an average person today?
I'm good with being an average person today.
I like that answer. Me too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, what's
a lot of-
average?
yeah.
It's that's subjective.
I'm gonna tell you now. If I was royalty 1,000 years ago, I had to be living in Africa and still living there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I'm not gonna be here. Not in
Yeah.
this country.
And what was royalty 1,000 years ago?
Right.
Average may
Average
have been
today.
better. Average may have been exactly.
Mhm.
So I'd rather be around now. And like I said, who sets the bar at average, bro? It's subjective. So I'm gonna go with that. I'd rather
All
be
right. So this is gonna be a little disgusting. This ain't you at all, but I got to see where you're going with it. Would you rather wear the same socks for a month or the same underwear for a week?
free ball and barefoot. Now I'm just not gonna do. I'm gonna pull an E. I'm gonna do an E. You know how many people don't realize that you've been DJing their parties, butt naked with no drawers on and no socks for years. Been DJing 26 years. Y'all think he wore drawers and socks at every event? Y'all crazy. You've done at least 10,000 parties, G. I know 6,200 of them you didn't have nothing on. You might have three, about 3,000.
You know why?
3,800.
You know why?
No.
Cause I'm
Hey,
legendary,
you just
and I
feel
still haven't hit my peak yet. I still haven't hit my
yeah.
peak yet.
Now I know that, and in his last 4 years, I know you don't win. So anybody that got him scheduled coming up in a couple events, security don't pat him down.
Okay, would you rather cuddle a koala or pal around with a panda, man? Panda. Which one?
Wallace little, they both he got them fingers, them nails, like they got
Got them Wolverines, man.
So you said hug a koala,
Yeah,
or like
cuddle with a
cuddle.
koala. Would
Right?
you rather cuddle with a koala
Yeah.
or pal around, like play around and pal around with a
Nah,
panda?
I gotta go with the koalas. See, pandas
Yeah,
like ain't no weak pandas.
nah,
None of them is weak. That's what I'm saying. Ain't no weak panda. You can catch a sick panda strong.
right.
A sick panda slap you and put you in that 10-year coma, man. So the answer is no. I'll play with the koala. I'll hug. We'll just be cool. How long? How long we talking?
Nah, I just gotta play around with him, man. I don't know. Till you tired, man.
I'm not playing with him until he tired. Like what the hell?
Let me ask you this.
What's up?
This is deep right here. This is
What?
deep. Especially being a husband, a father,
Right.
Would you rather have a pause or a rewind button in life? In your life, which one would you rather have?
Pause.
So you can see, know why? Because sometimes you want to live that moment for life.
Exactly. And then like this weekend, like I said, Link had multiple shows, bruh. And that's always the case with them. Punker had multiple shows. I couldn't be at both. I couldn't be there. So I would pause it. I would pause, one of the days or something and figure it out, man. Like I can't be two places at once. So, rewinding it ain't gonna do nothing but have me live the same situation over again. Now if I can rewind it and, experience it one time, rewind it and go to the other place, I don't know. But right now I'm just gonna say pause. That's the one that comes to mind.
Super easy question for you right here. Would you rather always have a full phone battery or a full gas tank? A gas tank.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. I know what gas you talking about.
Yeah, a full tank of gas, bro.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a
Full tank of gas. I got a car charger, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can
Yeah,
leave on the charger,
I
bro.
was getting ready to
Everybody's
say that.
phone had a wire when we was kids, b. Until you got a cordless in your house.
This is true. Yeah, this is true. So I'm gonna go with that full tank of gas. Because depending on what you're driving, it may cost you a phone to fill it
Right,
up.
right. You know what I mean,
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
okay. So here's another question for you. Would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future, or 150 years into the future?
So here's the reason why I'm not gonna say it's a difficult question. What am I looking for 150 years into the future? Right?
Absolutely, that's how I feel.
So like no one that I know now, I'm not looking for 'em. Like I'm not looking to see, what they're doing, 10 years was the other one, right? 10 minutes, you said 10 minutes or something?
The other
What
one
was the
was
other?
10 minutes.
So 10 minutes. If I gotta pick one, I'm gonna go with 10 minutes into the future. Like I said, I can't see the benefit of me being able to see 150 years from now. And honestly speaking, even if I saw it, if I can't, I'm not gonna, and I'm not to be funny, but I'm not gonna make it to it. So,
Right.
what's the benefit? You know what I mean? For me to tell them, write this down, man, so you can tell your great grandkids, you know what I mean? Don't do this, stop eating turkey hot dogs. It ain't right. Or, what I would
Yeah.
say. You know what I mean? Like, nah.
All right.
So 10 minutes.
I agree, and I say that because I don't either want to. I really don't want to see neither one, because a lot of times, our nerves hit a certain peak when we know something's coming, but we do
Yeah.
want to be warned and know about it. You see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
this is gonna be the last one, and we gonna slide out. This one here. This one, it's not. It's serious, but it ain't really that serious.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather give up
Right.
air conditioner and heating for the rest of your life, or give up the internet for the rest of your life?
I can give up the internet. It means it's easier. I mean, personally.
Yeah, I got to be warm and or cool when
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
you can tell
Yeah.
me what's on the internet.
I got cellular data.
Now the only thing about the internet though, you got to look
We
at
got
it.
cellular data.
We
I
would
don't need
have
the internet.
yeah,
Like you
but
talking about like Wi-Fi? Or you just talking about any access to
any
the?
access to it, you can't stream movies or nothing. You got to watch everything when it come on. You see how it
Oh,
changed?
see, the world will shut down. They ain't got nothing to do with me. They ain't got nothing to do with me.
No,
They
you
got nothing to do
can't.
with me.
Everybody else can, but you can't.
E. They can't keep your bill up. You can't pay your bill. Ain't no internet. It's gonna be
Yes, you
snail
can.
mail.
Yes, you can. You
How?
could drive. You could if you could drive to wherever they got.
E.
They still got places you can pay bills.
How they gonna put it in the system? They have no
No,
internet.
you don't have the internet. Everybody else still has access. This is for you.
Once again, man, it's virtually like then I can just tell my wife I don't have the internet, but you do, babe. Like let me see your
Right
phone.
there it is. That makes sense. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. I thought you were just like in
You talking about
general,
the
everybody.
world general? No, no, that's just for you.
Oh, just for me. Yeah, yeah. Definitely still the same answer. Then I
Yeah.
had to part ways with the internet. That was a good one.
Alrighty. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that. All right, let me.
You write down. I got to break it down.
Yeah, you gotta break it down, man.
He did good, Dom. He
Yeah,
did good.
you
We
know
got
what
to
I
do
mean?
this more often, man.
Yeah, let me slide out of it. Yeah, wow. That was another episode of Would You Rather. Let's get back to the Porch Podcast. Yeah. Yeah, nah, that's what I meant though, just with you. But listen,
Yeah.
we still ain't peaked yet. You know.
Nah.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna hit y'all with the peekaboo. How about that? So, as y'all know, man, we here each and every Tuesday. You know what I mean? Going live like we do. I mean, you can hear us on all your favorite streaming podcasting sites. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that means the audio. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Audible, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Spotify, Amazon Music.
Amazon Music,
Yeah.
exactly. Overcast Radio,
Overcast
Radio Public,
and redcircle.com.
definitely Red Circle. Absolutely.
You know?
Yep, and you can definitely see us each and every week. Obviously, live right here on Tuesday at some point in time in the evening.
Yeah.
I
right.
usually announce it a little bit before. You know what I mean? As soon as the
The engineer lets you know that he can get in the studio.
Yeah, soon as James Brown, let me know that he's ready to rock. There's the hardest working man in show business. As soon
Right.
as he let me know that he's going to be in position to make it happen.
Right.
But like I said, in each and every week, man, it's immediately available. Usually right after this show,
All right.
available on YouTube.
Bonus question.
Okay,
Snowfall, right? We all love the
Right.
conclusion, right? Me and you love the conclusion.
absolutely.
What was the most serious moment for you?
Uh-huh.
And then what was the funniest moment for you?
Most serious moment for me is when his mom like hung the phone up. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it was just like goodbye, Franklin.
Yeah.
Like his mom said that, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like when your mom, that's it. When your mom close the door, ain't no other doors in my opinion. Once the mom closes the door, that was one of the serious parts. I mean, it was more than one, but that was one for me.
Yeah.
And then the as far as the funny part, I mean, it all depends on how you equate humor.
Yeah, my mind is a little funny, man.
So when he asked Leon for $10, Leon pulled out a 20.
Mm.
He said, "Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
You don't want nothing, right? He's like, you don't
who's on the
want
20? Who on the 20? E. Franklin? Who's on the 20? No.
Jackson. I don't know.
Jack-
I know.
I think it's y'all. Whoever it is, y'all put it in the comments, man.
Yeah.
We like money. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
drawing a blank. But whoever the president was, or the person that's on the $20 bill, he was like, "Okay, you don't want nothing, do you?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen to how that question was asked.
Yeah, you want
I
nothing,
give
dude.
you my money to get ready to go in the store to get something that I really don't want you to have, and you look at me and say,
You don't
"You
want
don't
nothing.
want nothing, do you?"
That's
So that
that's
right there was kind of comical for me, man. Unfortunately, but
serious
those are
moment.
my two answers. Go ahead.
Serious moments at the very end when
Right.
they both shed a tear and he told him, "You my best friend. I'm proud of you." You know, or he was trying to pay for his house, his taxes and house. He was like, "I'm free. May not be the way they wanted to be, but it's my way." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just telling
Mm-hmm.
somebody that some of the most freest people that we know is people like Franklin. At the end, they don't have
Absolutely.
nothing. They don't have nothing to worry about. They just want to be able to get that 20. Okay, that made his day. That $20. But the funniest moment is when they was walking down the alleyway, and he looked at Leon and said, "I want to do it. She still married to you, or she back with her
Oh.
first love?"
Yeah.
That's funny, P.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, man, great
Yeah.
series, great conclusion to a series.
Mm-hmm.
There's been talk about a spinoff. If you guys haven't seen any to talk about that situation, it's not for
A
me to say
sniff
it. But,
off.
no, you need not. I didn't say that. You're still on your ass right now. You still on
Yeah.
your R.
You're right. Man, listen, man. This has been the Porch Podcast, episode 121. Peaking, man. We love y'all, man. Pete, tell them I'm out. I'll see y'all next week. You got something to
Hey
say
man,
to
y'all know
them?
what I'm gonna say. Listen, man, like we eat say each and every week, man. Please keep on locking in and rocking out with us. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check us out on our YouTube channel, man. And we look forward to seeing y'all next week. All
That's
right,
it.
y'all.
All right, y'all.
Peace, family.
Peace.